Yo guys, what is up? What is up? Dar is back. Now we are going to we're on a new channel now, so I figured we'd start from scratch, start fresh, cover a lot of things I didn't even really cover before. So the way I figure is I'm gonna move down the lines from beginning to end on everything, and hopefully I'm gonna try to talk fast because I forgot new channel, so I'm under the 15-minute requirement as far as videos go, at least for now. So I'm gonna try to cover this all in one video. If the videos do run long, you can expect to see a part 2 uploaded properly the following day from the part 1. Alright, so if they do run long, that's what's gonna happen. Okay, so we're going to start with the U.S. lights, and then we're going to move on. We're going to cover all the U.S. lines up until where I am, and then we're going to do the same with the French, the German, and the Russian. Alright, so we're going to start with where everybody starts, the T1 Cunningham. My personal impressions in game, it was okay. Yeah, it was probably my second favorite of the Tier 1 tanks. The bad thing about the T1 Cunningham in-game is you are automatically the lowest tank on the totem pole. Which is weird because French tanks suck. But anyway, so yeah, there's that. And, shit. Just gonna leave the sound going. Yeah, that didn't work. Whoa, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I really screwed some stuff up here. Alright, we're back. Let's see here. We're gonna go back to our tech tree. I'm gonna back up. Alright. Back to our T1 Cunningham. So yeah, I actually found some kind of cool little history on it. The T1 Cunningham was a U.S. light tank design that never left the prototype stages, officially carrying the designation of T1E2 and T1E4. It continued through development stages through 1922 to 1928. The tank was never mass-produced, nor was it ever fielded. So yeah, this tank was never saw any action of any kind. But my own personal thoughts on it is, it kind of seems like maybe a World War I design, and to my knowledge, I don't ever really remember hearing much about the U.S. fielding tanks during World War I. I really love doing this for you guys. I mean, this is also, I'm a history buff, guys. You know, I mean, I've been mainly World War II, Civil War, Vietnam War, and then mainly, even and beyond there, even the top of it was aircraft and naval shit. You know, I mean, I can go on, I could talk for hours about fucking, yeah, the P-51 Mustang, you know, German engineering during World War II, but World of Warplanes is not out yet. Alright, the T1E2 had a turret at the top rear of the tank that required the traverse by hand. That's turning the turret with a crank. And it had an overall weight of 8.8 tons and was powered by a gasoline V8 8-cylinder water-cooled engine producing 132 horsepower. The transmission was a Coda brand with 3 forward and 1 reverse gears. Armament included a 37 M5 long 50 main gun and an auxiliary machine gun, which was a 30 caliber. The T1M4 had a certainty mounted a servant. Okay, I'm not even gonna okay, stupid redneck is not going to try to pronounce that word. Mounted turret with a 360 degrees manual traverse. I mean, seriously, can you imagine turning a crank trying to turn a freaking, what was that, 8.8 ton? Okay, well, no, I think that was the total tank. Yeah, that was the total tank. But I mean, the turret itself, you figure if the tank was 8 ton, the turret had to be at least 1 ton. And you're turning a crank to turn that. Fuck that shit. Alright, where was I here? The T1E4 certainly mounted a turret with full 360-degree manual traverse. Manual being, should be underlined. It had an overall weight of 88.6 tons. It was powered by a gasoline V8 water-cooled engine. Produced 140 horsepower. The transmission was modified by Dakota siding gear with 3/4. Didn't we already read all that? And so they just double dipped their chip. Alright, we're gonna stop here because I gotta scroll down. Alright, and it is unknown how many were actually produced in the prototype stages. There were at least one known to have been created, currently at the Aberdeen Proving Ground in Maryland, USA. Which is actually kind of cool, okay, so... Oh, we screwed up our thing here. Let's go back to... There we go, T1 Cunningham. Which is kind of cool. There is one T1 Cunningham in existence today. And it's in a museum. If you think back at how long that has been, that is freaking awesome. I mean, and the tank was never, ever, ever saw action. It was only a prototype. And mostly only on paper. And parts of it made. But there is actually one that was definitely put together, fully functional, and here we are today in year 2012, and this thing, there's one of these things still freaking exist, and it's in Maryland. That is freaking awesome. And it says, you know, it's the Proving Ground, which, excuse me, we have Wright-Patterson Air Force Base fairly nearby to where I'm at, with all kinds of aircraft and all kinds of really cool military shit. So I'm figuring that this Proving Ground is similar to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, where you can see all these tanks and military equipment from back in the day. Because I know at the Air Force Base they have planes going all the way back to the biplane. So anyway, moving right along here. In game, T1 Cunningham. You can pick out what line you want. Now you're probably, if you're like me and want to try everything in game, then you're gonna want to try everything in game. You're going to try, you know, and you're gonna stick with this. But with the new, you know, double experience on, you know, your first battle on each tank in the game, each tank that you have, each day you can actually do one battle and unlock each one of these. This thing is incredibly quick and easy to blow through. Me personally, I unlocked everything. As you can see here, this is my tree. The top two guns were the 37 Browning semi-automatic gun and the 20mm gun. There we go. It's a foreign gun we shipped in, apparently. Yeah, my favorite is the 37mm Browning. This gun here is kind of like a machine gun on a tank. And a lot of your tier 1, even your tier 2s, sport a gun similar to this, where you know, click your mouse button one time and it goes da-da-da-da. I despise those guns. I hate them, I hate them, I hate them. For two reasons. In game, it's just retarded because you get past the first couple tiers of your tanks and you never freaking see them again. And I'm of the opinion you should be using guns, and guns should be available to you that are going to train you and teach you how to use guns that you're going to be using later on down the road. And you're not going to be using anything like this past tier 2. Maybe there's a tank here and there in tier 3 with one similar, but that's going to be the extreme max. I'm going to give tier 3 maybe, just a tiny little maybe, but there's damn sure not going to be any tier 4s with it. And I like this 35mm Browning just simply because, you know, today it's similar to the AMX for people who are up to tier 7 and 8, you know, AMXs. Yeah, even 8, yeah. It loads a drum of, I believe, 6 shots, and bam, 2-second reload. Bam, 2-second reload. Bam, and that was with a 50% crew, which you will see in the video. Get all the upgrades if you enjoy the tank and you want to do the tank. I did for purposes of I'm a stupid perfectionist. Yeah, no, I'm not. I really don't know why I got all up. I think I just really wanted to try them out. I can't even say it's for the video because I unlocked this shit a long time ago. But yeah, it's a pretty cool tank. Even the speed, this thing gets up into the high 30s. It's pretty quick. I'm looking at the recording on the audio, and just on this segment, I'm at 6 minutes right now. So yeah, this is gonna be a 2-parter. Alright guys, so I'm just gonna say, you know, this thing is pretty cool. However, I would not hang on to it. I would not stick into it too horribly long. The T2 medium tank, the M2 light tank, the M18. Oh God, I love the M18 or the T18. It was freaking awesome. They call it the mailbox, but oh my God, I loved it. And then of course artillery, which I've started getting into artillery, and you're gonna see videos out for artillery here for long. And if I do say so myself, I'm getting not be too horribly bad with it. I'm up to, on the America line, I'm up to the Priest, the M7 Priest, and that thing's actually pretty cool. But we'll get there, guys. Alright, so without further ado, let's jump into the game footage I have. Now, I will let y'all know I did not finish the games, and I didn't do too horribly great on it, but it does show the T1 Cunningham fully upgraded to the 37mm. Like I said, I don't play with this 21 or with this 20mm. So let's get right to it, guys.